Welcome to MTN Outdoors.
Hi there, I'm John Riley and I'll be your guide for this week's episode of MTN Outdoors. Man, this smoke is bad. Honestly, it's probably thick enough that you could cut it with a knife. Whew, there, that's a little bit better. Now, speaking of the smoke, we send things over to Alina Howder, who has more about how this smoke is impacting Big Sky Country.
Just take a look behind me and you can see that thick cloud of haze covering the city of Billings. All that smoke from Idaho is affecting people right here in the Magic City. She's so sweet.
A walk along the rims wasn't what Holly Caulfield and her dog Maze had in mind this Monday.
Hi, Maze. We were gonna go paddleboarding.
But Mother Nature had different plans.
Kind of depressing. Gross, muggy. Kind of makes us tired. Headaches.
That's true for people across much of the state as the smoke has settled in, affecting communities from Missoula all the way to Miles City.
In the central part of the state, it's at the unhealthy level right now. We're approaching unhealthy levels in the Billings area.
John Wettenkamp is a meteorologist with the National Weather Service. He says longer fire seasons mean hazier skies here in Big Sky Country.
There's been an uptick in fire activity, so yeah, most likely we're experiencing more days of poor air quality than we have historically, just due to the uptick in wildfires.
And according to a study recently conducted by the U.S. Forest Service, fire seasons have grown significantly longer, with the length of fire weather season increasing 18.7% from 1979 to 2013. Some forests in Montana have seen fire season lengthen by 36 days on average each year. And in eastern Montana, including the site of this year's massive Remington fire, fire season is 42 days longer from 3 decades ago.
A lot of that has to do with changes in precipitation patterns, warmer temperatures, and also just us as a society becoming more vulnerable to wildfire and wildfire impacts as the population increases in some of the more fire-prone areas.
More fire means more smoke, and in the case of Holly Caulfield, more headaches, even though her dogs might not mind.
They like it, they enjoy it. I don't think it really bothers them.
In Billings, Alina Howder, MTN News.
This scorched land, located about 15 miles east of Buffalo, is just one of the many examples of ranches in Wyoming that were devastated by this summer's fires. As you can see, this fence next to me is scorched and nearly completely destroyed. But thankfully, there's been a recovery effort created by residents around the state.
The destruction is hard to truly comprehend.
We didn't know what the extent was. We didn't know what we had, what we'd lost.
But take a drive around Dave Bellis's ranch and the scars are impossible to ignore.
The fence is literally on the ground. It just burned everything off.
Scars from the house straw fire, which started from a lightning strike near here on August 21st, before torching more than 46,000 acres of his land.
When I topped the hill coming out of Sheridan, the plume of smoke was unbelievable.
Somehow structures were saved, but not without some close calls.
I'm just going to show you my daughter's house.
Here's the view from Bellis's daughter's front door, with charred remains just across this dirt road. And here's another home on the property completely surrounded by burnt land.
It's hard to see because we put a lot of time and effort into these ranches.
The land is a shadow of what it once was. Hardly any grass remains and hundreds of fence posts have been ruined.
We'd like to keep our animals on our land. We don't want to intrude on anybody.
Billis's dilemma, common around the state.
Hundreds and hundreds of miles of fencing have been destroyed.
Gene Bard with the Farmers Co-op in Sheridan says it's the most devastating summer of wildfires the agriculture industry has seen in decades.
And they work very hard every day, and when you see it all kind of go up in smoke, it's devastating.
And that's why he and other organizations around the state are teaming up to raise money, hoping to donate fence to those in need.
The success of the rancher equals the success of the business in town. So it comes full circle.
You're not fighting a battle yourself. They have your back when you need them most.
All the support this rancher needs, who's ready to attack this rebuild head on.
Nobody ever said this was going to be an easy life, but it's the life we choose, and we like it.
Near Buffalo, Charlie Kleps, MTN News.
If you live in Montana, you've probably seen this plane here behind me, flying in the sky above Montana, on its way to help put out wildfires. I got an inside view of the plane and talked to a pilot who helps mitigate wildfires.
In 20 seconds, the DC-10 tanker can drop a line of retardant that can help stop a fire.
For a ground crew to create a similar type of barrier, it could cost copious amounts of machinery, people, and hours.
Fighting fire without aerial assets would not be good. There would be a lot more big fires and a lot more, unfortunately, a lot more devastation.
This tanker is one of 4 owned and operated by the company 10 Tanker. During the nation's fire season, the plane and its crew operate in the country in states such as Montana, Idaho, and California. When the fire season dies down here, they work internationally in countries such as Mexico, Chile, and Australia. Matthew McNamara is one of those pilots who fly within 300 feet of the ground, utilizing the plane's capacity for 84,000 pounds of fire retardant to help stop wildfires.
There is a shift in the way the aircraft behaves. You can't just drop that amount of weight without having some effect, aerodynamic effect on the aircraft. So it's a little bit like wrestling an alligator.
So far this 2024 fire season, this tanker has gone through over 1 million gallons of fire retardant and served 126 missions. McNamara has been flying planes for 35 years, 22 of those flying commercially, a fitting background as this same plane once served thousands of passengers as a commercial airliner, primarily with Northwest Airlines. McNamara says that serving as an air tanker pilot provides a sense of satisfaction, of preserving life and property that he can see the immediate effects of.
It's much more of a sense of satisfaction to be able to look over your shoulder and see a line of retardant that you just dropped that settled right exactly where they asked it to be. And it's really gratifying when you come back over a fire that maybe you worked on the week before and you see the retardant, the fire has burned right up to the retardant line and stopped. That's really, it's almost instant gratification when you look over and see that you just did something really good.
These planes are tools used by those fighting fire on the ground to help mitigate the spread of wildfires. They are not a fix-all and are chosen based on the size of the fire in relation to the type of plane.
The air tankers are just a tool, and if you don't have the boots on the ground, if you don't have the firefighters on the ground, we're never going to put out a fire. You know, either Mother Nature puts the fire out on her own, or the boots on the ground get a handle on it and put it out.
Reporting in Helena, Tom Buchanan, MTN News.
The hunting season is upon us, but for those who missed hunters education courses this year, there's still an opportunity to take to the field. It's called the Apprentice Hunter Program. It was created by the 2015 Montana legislature.
It is a great program for new hunters to pair them with experienced hunters so that they can get hands-on experience in the field hunting leading up to the time when they were able to take hunter education.
The mentor hunter has to meet certain requirements like being 21, a licensed hunter, and complete an apprentice hunter form. The apprentice hunter also has to meet certain requirements.
There's an application for participating in the Apprentice Hunter program, and then that Apprentice Hunter certification appears on your hunting license. And so, once you are enrolled in that program, you have to hunt with those mentors that are on your paperwork. You have to keep that paperwork with you, and then you have to abide by the regulations and limitations of that program.
Also, the 2017 legislature opened the program to anyone over the age of 10 to participate. So think maybe you'd like to try hunting? Get a mentor and an apprentice license.
There's no maximum age when a hunter can participate. It's open to adults and it's open to youth down to the minimum age for hunting in Montana.
Again, anyone 10 and older is eligible for the Apprentice Hunter program. Just head over to an FWP office to apply. Also, apprentice hunters are eligible to hunt in Montana for 2 years before being required to take a hunter education course to continue hunting in Montana. Near Bozeman, Chet Lehman, MTN News.
Coming up after the break, we learn about Montana's ice caves, but first, it's time for some trivia. I know a lot of folks are out there trying to bag that big bull elk, but do you know what is the largest elk ever harvested on record in Montana?
We now return to MTN Outdoors.
So do you know what is the largest bull elk on record to be bagged by a Montana hunter? Shot in 2016 by Stephen Felix, the record bull scored 430 points for Boone and Crockett. Not only was it the largest elk harvested in Montana, it was also the largest elk on record in the world to be taken with a bow. Whew. It has been a hot summer to be sure, but believe it or not, there's still some places in Montana where you can still find ice, as James Rollin reports.
Just outside of Lewistown, in these gorgeous mountains, there hides an interesting secret. And if you want to come out for a hike, then you should join me in the ice caves. Formed over millions of years by slow water deposits dripping through the cracks in the rocks, these ice caves stay frozen year-round, no matter the temperature. Nestled in the Big Snowy's mountain range, the ice caves can be a bit of a chore to get to. You do have a couple options though. Campsites at Crystal Lake are at the base of the trail. While Crystal Lake is seasonal and dries out late in the summer, earlier in the year it can be a great place to cool off between hikes. You also have the option of camping on trail or completing as a day hike, using either a 5-mile there and back trail or a 12-mile loop. Be cautious, there's no water on trail, so bring at least 2 liters per person, but honestly a lot more if you're going to be doing backcountry camping. With over 2,000 feet of elevation gain in the first 2.5 miles, it is a pretty steep trail, so make sure you're in decent shape, bring some good shoes. The landscape changes from lush forest to broken, jagged shell. You might just see quite a bit of wildlife out there as well, as this is truly a wilderness area. When you get to the caves, it's a narrow opening to get in, but they are amazing. Make sure to bring a flashlight. Welcome to the ice caves. Now the reason these caves even exist is kind of interesting. When I went up there, it was 90 degrees outside, but still frozen inside. This is because they keep that cold air in, since it's heavier than the warm air outside. So the opening of the cave has to be above. The ice caves are at the midpoint of the trail, basically no matter how you go at it. So on your way down, you're going to have the chance to see some amazing views. Even on a smoky day, it's pretty. But when it's clear, you can see from Canada all the way to Wyoming. The ice caves and the trail associated with it are more than worth the effort if you're able to do it. It's easily one of my favorite trails in the state, and I will definitely be going back. I hope you get out there to see it as well. Just outside of Lewistown, I'm James Rowland, MTN News.
You need to be on your toes in a place like this. This is the next level. This is some mountain man out here.
When Rose Coyote says she hunts Paradise Valley elk sheds,
Stalking the elk, watching them all winter, seeing where they bed, where they feed, what their patterns are. I want to know where the rest of the elk is.
it is not a pastime.
I sell them on the side of the road.
It is not a hobby.
I love being in bear country.
Rose lives a dangerous lifestyle of lone double-digit hikes, spending hours, days, seasons in the wild. Customs she says she'll live and die by.
Bit chewed up by the squirrels. Mana wahine toa. In Maori, that means woman warrior with strong spirit. If I get taken out by a bear, well then, hey, at least I got taken out doing with what I enjoy.
Out here, you learn quickly. This is an existence not everyone is cut out for, or even understands.
Every 10 miles I find one, and I got 125 this year. Some people give me bad looks because they think I killed all these animals. They don't know that they drop them every year.
While elk may not be on the hunt roster, fellow predators beware.
You got the energy of that animal. This was a bear that I killed and ate last fall.
But Rose not only modestly lives off of the wilderness, she protects it as one of Paradise Valley and Park County Rural's volunteer firefighters.
We lived in New York City at the time of September 11th. I was 6 years old, and I remember drawing on the car with the dust from the towers. Ever since then, firefighters have always been my heroes, and so why not be one?
Her first love, however, will always outweigh comfort. something she hopes to share with those who live our more cluttered, contemporary urban lives.
The higher I go, the more connected to the creator I am. It's cool to be able to share the experience with someone else.
Is there anything else you want to add?
Don't come taking my spots. I'll see you out there.
Marcus Kakova, MTN News.
Sergeant Ivan Rowe is a Manhattan native and world-renowned marksman, and now an Olympian, as he returns home from the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Knowing that I was going after having come so close twice before it just felt like a huge weight off my shoulders. Like, it felt like I'd been cursed and it was finally over.
Sergeant Rowe began shooting when he was only 7 years old, after his father enrolled him in a BB gun program.
I had no intention to go to the Olympics. I didn't even know it was an Olympic sport. I was shooting BB guns and I was just having fun with my friends.
After Sergeant Rowe began competing at an international level in high school, he enlisted in the military after graduation, joining the Army Marksmanship Unit. He qualified as an Olympic alternate 2 times before, finally getting the chance to compete in 2024.
But knowing that I qualified for the Olympics alongside all of these people who have won multiple medals, who are huge famous names, it's a really good feeling. It's hard to put into words.
Rowe said becoming an Olympian was hard to process, and it wasn't until arriving in Paris that all the emotions of competing hit him.
When I sat down for the first competition, the mixed team air rifle, I sat behind my point. I just kind of got overwhelmed with all of the emotions, and I just sat and cried for probably 5 minutes before the match started. And it was, to be honest, it was a mess of a match. I tried the best I could, but it was not pretty.
Going forward, Sergeant Rowe says he handled the following competitions well, and despite not placing how he hoped, took home valuable perspective for the future.
Probably the biggest takeaway I had from Paris was that I am actually good enough to compete with all these people. There were a lot of times in the last 4 years leading up to this Olympics where I was one of the best in the country, but I didn't feel like I was one of the best in the world.
Sergeant Rowe plans to re-enlist for another 4 years with the Army to refine his skills with the new goal of winning an Olympics medal.
I know I made mistakes that I shouldn't have, and I know I can fix those. And if I hadn't made those mistakes, I know I would have been in the final. So moving forward, I'm going to correct those mistakes.
He says that he hopes his story can be a message of hope to others coming from small Montana towns.
I would really hope that I could inspire some kid here who thinks that maybe they don't have what it takes, but they want to make a shot at it, to pursue whatever dream they have.
In Bozeman, Heaven Van, MTN News.
We now return to MTN Outdoors.
Welcome back. Plenty of folks have been enjoying Montana's waterways this summer, but a day boating recently turned into a nightmare for this Billings family.
What started out as a fun Labor Day weekend at the Yellowtail Dam quickly turned into a mother's worst nightmare when her 11-year-old son fell off the back of a boat into a boat repeller. Well, now Trace and Diamond is back home recovering, and it's thanks to the people on the boat and healthcare workers at St. Vincent's Hospital. While most 11-year-olds are gathering their school supplies this week, Trace and Diamond is at home recovering.
The school year progresses, I think he's really looking forward to hanging out with his friends and getting to be in middle school. And
recovering from over 400 stitches, blood loss, and nerve damage in his lower right leg.
He thought of me as a hero because I was able to walk in a first full day of being in the hospital.
Last weekend, Trace and his younger brother and his mom were invited to spend a fun day on the Bighorn Reservoir. He and a friend were playing on the back of a boat. Trayson then fell in at the same time the boat was in reverse, causing extreme pain and panic.
When I tried to put myself in his shoes, I could not imagine. I cannot imagine being still alive.
The boat propeller cut through Trayson's life jacket and left severe gashes across his body. We'll show you the aftermath in a minute, but wanted to warn you the images are intense. His life was saved when several people on the boat knew how to make a tourniquet using a rope and stick.
However, if we don't have a tourniquet available, we can utilize anything we have. Like he has a t-shirt, a shirt on. We'd literally just pull that off of him and start stuffing it into the wound.
Eric Fisher is with the St. Vincent Trauma Education Team. He says that first aid practice makes those situations possible.
The basic techniques are so simple. Just the direct pressure, wound packing, and if available, a tourniquet. They truly can save a life.
Those moments between the shore and the hospital felt like hours to Trayson's mom, Charity.
I was just like screaming, go faster, and I was praying at the top of my lungs and pleading the blood of Jesus over my son.
Trayson got his same views with 4 deep gashes in his leg. You can see them here before stitches and then after. He's home now, but it's a very long road ahead. Doctors say Trayson has significant nerve damage. He'll need months of physical therapy and likely more. Friends have started a GoFundMe.
She's going to have to take time off work, and so this money I think is primarily for their family to be able to get through that.
But they know it could have been much worse. In Billings, Matt Carmack, MTN News.
Beautiful days like today, it's so fun to take your furry friends out for a walk. But what isn't so fun is parvovirus. So how best can people keep their dogs safe?
There's too many dogs from other places, and so I think it's important to keep them updated on everything.
Bonnie Schwartz loves taking her yellow lab Lucy to the dog park at Gallatin County Regional Park. She is proud to say Lucy is vaccinated for parvovirus. Veterinarian Thomas Jacob at Cottonwood Vet estimates 90% of Bozeman dog owners vaccinate for parvo.
And people know it can be a deadly disease. It's what we consider a core vaccine. So the core vaccines are the vaccines that should absolutely been given.
He says the virus is more deadly than kennel cough, but how common is it amongst Bozeman pups?
We see more disease processes is typically on the reservations. So they, I'm sure, have more parvo than we typically do around here.
He says 80 to 85% of cases survive with good vet care. He emphasizes mom's antibodies are very helpful for the newborn baby puppies. However, good vet care runs up a pretty hefty bill.
Yeah, the vaccines are a cheap bit of insurance against expensive vet bills.
How does it spread?
If there's a lot of other dogs and they don't have the history of being well taken care of and probably maybe not vaccinated, contact then with fecal material from those dogs could be contagious.
Schwartz hopes everyone coming to common areas is vaccinating their pets.
Well, I would think so, especially if they're going to bring them to a place where there's lots of dogs, and that means almost any trail in this area because there's so many dogs everywhere. So especially if they're going to come to a dog park, I think it's important.
If it's not common in Bozeman, what is?
We actually here in Bozeman have more of a concern with distemper.
Also, rabies. In Bozeman, Megan Elaine, MTN News.
Well, that's going to do it for this week's episode of MTN Outdoors. But before we leave, we want to leave you with these scenes from Yellowstone National Park at twilight.